Please subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Yes, please subscribe. Before you watch a video, subscribe, please. Subscribe. Come on, subscribe. What's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is CK Tutorials. In today's video, I'm going to be introducing you to programming. We are not going to look at something different or any programming language, but I'm going to introduce you to general programming. We are going to answer questions that ranges on what is programming. Then after that, we are going to look at what is a program. We'll also look again who is a programmer, and then what are some of the things that we need to know about computers. And then another question that I'm going to answer is what are some of career prospects in programming. Okay, C++, Java are some of the programming languages that I'm going to be posting here, and I'll also be doing some tutorials in web. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. We have a lot to do together. Thank you. Before I define programming, first I want us to understand the short form of it. A program. What is a program? A program is simply a set of instructions that has been written or that has been set to achieve a specific task. Or let me say, a program is a set of instructions that are written in a computer in order for them to achieve a specific task. A programming language is the process of writing the program. A program is a set of instructions that performs a specific task. Programming is the process of writing those instructions. Now, programming is a science, meaning it requires a lot of our time to practice. And if you are beginning your programming journey, expect that you're going to be facing a lot of errors because you are learning the language. Don't get discouraged. Even if you were to learn another language, maybe you speak English and you want to learn French, trust me, you are going to make some errors and mistakes, but you'll be corrected on the way. Same applies if you are just new and starting for the first time. You do not need to worry because as you be making those errors, you'll be learning from errors. My lecture told me that you can best learn programming through making errors. When you write a code, you make an error. As you are correcting those errors, you get educated and you eventually become better. So to give instructions to a computer, you need a language. I've spoken about language. So the language is simply a computer program that enables us humans to communicate with a computer. First of all, the thing that you need to understand is that these computers are just designed, and if they are not used, they cannot do anything. They can be there no matter what specs the computer may have, maybe the most expensive computer in the world. If there is no human input, that computer will never perform anything. So we need to give instruction to the computer on how we want these computers to perform or to do the work that we want them to do. There are different types of programming languages that are there. There's C++, Java, Python, C#. There is also PHP and JavaScript and other programming languages that are there. There are a lot of them. So we, as software programmers, you need to ensure at least you know these languages. Which languages do you want to learn? That question can be answered depending with what you want to do. If you want to become an Android developer, then you have to go with Java. If you want to be creating games, then you have to go with C++. If you want to do some softwares that can help compute mathematical concepts, then you need to go with Python. Suppose you want to be a back-end web developer, you need to learn PHP and those server-side programming languages. Even JavaScript, there you need to know those languages. If you want to be front-end web developer, you need to do some basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, maybe let me say web technologies. Whenever you're solving a problem, most of the times do design steps that you are going to follow for you to arrive at the answer. One of the things that a programmer is supposed to be is the programmer need to have a vision of what he or she wants to achieve at the end. And for you to reach at that output which you want, you need to design some steps that you're going to follow for you to be at the required output. The process of you doing that, the steps that have been designed to achieve a certain goal are called algorithms. So algorithms, the series of steps that are followed when writing a program. Things to note about programming, about computer. What we need to know, like I said, a computer is just a machine. So a computer does not understand, one thing that you need to know is the computer does not understand a high-level language. What I mean a high-level language is the language that you are speaking, the human language. The computer does not understand it. It understands the programs or the language that is in binary code or the binary language. So the binary language is the language that is written in zeros and ones. Now, what happens, or how does the computer understand what we command, because we write words in English, French, and the computer is able to understand that? There are compilers that has been designed that translate the high-level language that we humans write, we can understand, into a machine codes or machine language or binary language. So a compiler is a software that translates a program written in high-level language into a machine code. Another thing that you need to note is that each programming language has got syntax. So we need to follow these syntax or rules. So whenever you want to learn a programming language, you need to know what rules does that programming language have. Because generally, most of programming language, everything that we learn in C++ can be taught in Java, can be taught in C#, can be taught in other languages. But how do you do that concept in C++? How do you do that concept in Java? Just like in English, the way we greet in English you can greet, in French you can greet, but the way you greet is different. Same applies to computer languages. Every program that you write has semantics, you need to have a meaning. You don't just go from the blue start writing a program that you do not have a goal or something that you want to achieve. There must be a meaning out of your program. Who is a programmer? A programmer is a person who writes programs or who creates programs, or the person who gives instructions to a computer. That person is referred to as programmer. So a programmer is someone who is creative, is not just any person, but a person who is creative and someone who is able to change his thoughts, what he's thinking or a problem around him, into a solution through the use of the software or the computer. Okay? They use computers to solve the daily or the real life problems. Those are programmers. There are so many career aspects in programming. There are so many career things that you can find. There are jobs that you can find in terms of computer science. You can learn, you can become a software application engineer, a database analysis, data entry clerk, or any job. There are so many jobs that are out there, and I'm telling you, these jobs are on high demand. So computer programmers are on high demand in the world at large. In this video, we have discussed many aspects, just the basics of programming or things that you need to understand about programming. We have discussed few of them. There are more than what we have discussed. So I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel and you go along with me. So what we have discussed in this video is, number one, we have talked about programming as a set of the process of writing a program. We have also discussed about a program as a set of instruction. We have also discussed about some career aspects in programming and types of programming languages. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing to my YouTube channel I'm very glad. I'll be grateful to see your comment below. Maybe before I go, I can leave you with this question. Comment there the difference between a compiler and translator. Thank you. See you in the next video.